And we're back. We were just touching on Adam's new radio ventures here. We're going to get back into that and let him pick up where we left off.
Yeah, so it's really cool. We're doing BetMGM tonight live on Twitch and YouTube from 7 to 11 p.m. And if you like, I'm really nerdy into video editing and stuff. And if you've ever watched ESPN, we're doing these crazy like bottom lines now and a right rail. And so if you're a big sports gambler, like if they're talking about, the Hawks against the Bulls, I can pull up the live line on there, the scores, the total, the player props, and it just makes a really cool viewing experience for people. So I'm having a really cool time for that. So I do the show live from 7 to 11. I cut all the highlights and we post it on Twitter and BetQL and all that. And so the coolest thing about this is because you mentioned I work for Podville Media, which it's a startup. Nobody knows about the company, right? But now with Odyssey, it's like a huge name. We've got like BetMGM tonight. We got freaking Jamie Foxx doing promos for us, Marshawn Lynch. It's really cool. And so
just a step up.
It's a step up. And the coolest thing for me is like I've worked at 106.7 for 6 years now, part-time for most of it, right? It's my first time full-time. And when I was doing videos for the Junkies, it was great, but the only people that were seeing them were people at 106.7. Now, anytime I do a video, I got people in Dallas hitting me up that say they're with Odyssey and they want to use my video on their article. Like I have people all across the country seeing my work. It's like more eyes on it. And it makes me feel like, hey, there's room to grow here. It's great.
Yeah,
awesome.
Man, you definitely
get that exposure.
And you paid your dues to earn this too. So I couldn't be more happy for you, and what the future holds for you, because it's well deserved. And I respect your opinion on sports. I respect your broadcasting career. You're somebody I look up to, and that's why I was so excited to get you on the show in the first place. When you responded, like the smile on my face, you couldn't wipe it off for 3 days straight. But so this,
hey,
I
appreciate it, man.
Truly, it's an honor.
I'll tell you this: anytime I see a request, I'm thinking in my mind, hey, there's a chance that I can make these guys fans for life, So I'm all in.
I was already there. So
because when you were on the Junkies in the morning, we used to listen to you. And when Dale was like, "Hey, I got Adam," I'm like, "Adam?" I was like, "No way!" I was like, then I saw the Twitter feed. I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "This is." I mean, it literally made our day. Like, I mean, it was like a rough week when we saw that. We're like, "This is awesome!" Like somebody like Adam's caliber is actually want to come and talk on our podcast and talk sports. It was a great honor to have you right now.
And the last of the butt kissing here, I've given you a little bit of my background, and I'm not easily starstruck, but like I said, when I have somebody I look up to reach back out to me, it's the best. So I really appreciate your time here. I couldn't thank you more. Just honored, man. Like really, like seriously, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hey, no problem, man. I appreciate doing it, and I'm happy to do it again for sure later. Hey, if Washington wins this weekend, you might have to book me for next week.
Nice.
Sure, man. I'll be on a high, dude. I'll be screaming about the Super Bowl. But yeah, man.
And Adam, I do want to apologize for not having the audio and everything set up earlier.
We'll get our stuff together.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's all good. Believe me, I told you I've worked with this whole Zoom thing. It's changed the way it's like nobody goes to the office anymore. Everyone's working from home. And so you just kind of have to work with it. But I will say, doing a Zoom recording podcast, it works. Like like I've done all the edits. It records in good quality. You can edit out. You could add backgrounds and stuff. It's pretty damn professional.
Like my talking hat too.
Right? Yeah. Shout out to the logo.
And while
I brought my hat. You like this?
Nice. I love it.
Look at this.
I love it.
Look at that. Postseason
2019
champion.
Series.
There you go. There you go.
My first time wearing this one too. I brought it out for the special show. I had to break this one out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, you guys know I went to a World Series game. I got one of a listener bought me tickets and brought me. Yeah, it was the coolest thing. But we went to the salt line before the game. We took shots with Jason Worth. And then we lost because we lost all the home games. Yeah, but it was still like the greatest memory.
Hey, is he as silly as he looks, or is he a good dude? Jason Worth.
He's a great dude, man.
Yeah.
Like he was small talking with me about my job and stuff. I was like, dude, like you should be talking to all the hot girls here.
Yeah.
he was cool. He just likes fans, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He looks unapproachable, but that doesn't really surprise me. He's just a big teddy bear. You wouldn't want to. It looks like the guy you wouldn't want to just walk up to. That big beard. No, he looks.
Big beard.
Yeah, no, you'd want to walk up to him and offer him a beer.
Nice. So that's how you do it. That's the secret, huh?
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Well, all right, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I thank you, Adam, for your time. I mean, you didn't have to sit with us through all these issues, but you did, and I just thank you so much. And again, I'm honored. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. And hope to hear you guys. You're always welcome to call in on the weekends when I'm hosting, man. Drop me a line. You got my number now. Send me a text. Say you're listening and you want to call in. I'll bump you to the front of the line, man. I'd love to have a call.
Thank you so much. That's
Thanks,
much appreciated, Adam.
I appreciate that. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap the show up here. Thank y'all for listening. We'll be back with some more. We'll probably do another show today. We'll see. But thank y'all again for joining us. Really appreciate it. Podcast Talking Hats out.
And we are back. It's the Talking Hats, Dale and Harish. We're going to just sit here and chit chat about just anything. I mean, anything might come up right now. We're really just talking. Y'all welcome to join us in this discussion. We're both excited about the fact we just got a retweet from Adam. I mean, a tweet out from Adam, shout out. So if anybody from any of his listeners happen to, hear that, please hit us up, subscribe. You can call in. We record Saturday mornings. We'll post our schedule on Twitter. So we welcome callers, please.
Yep.
But we're just, we're going to get into, we're going to touch back on things. Subscribe. We're going to get back into things we talked about in the beginning of the interview with Adam, as far as the Wizards go, and then just go from there.
Yeah. Since I had a lot of technical difficulties, I couldn't join for the first segment of it. And Adam, I'll tell you this, Adam Epstein, true professional. I mean, could not be nicer, couldn't be more understanding
above and
of
beyond
the technical difficulties. Yeah, above and beyond, because not a lot of people would have stayed on for the entire interview. They would have been like, you know what, you guys figure it out and don't ever call me again.
I would have been salty. If it was me, I would have been.
Yeah. I mean, because the thing is, I just want to say to everybody on Adam who he's out, he did his bones in the industry, he worked his up, and I can see now why he is so beloved by everybody. Yeah, like now
he's a great guy.
Yeah, genuine guy. King of Pamplona, drop that mic, King of Pamplona. But I'll say this, when I did come and rejoin back in, I wanted to ask him about the Bradley Beal haircut, because yes, his grandma passed away, and it's a very traumatic time for him, and we can imagine what he's going through. But Dale and I are very superstitious when it comes to certain things, and we kind of noticed he cut his hair like Samson, and then all of a sudden, like, they lost 2 games back to back. Could that be a reason? But who knows? I mean, but I would say this. I didn't know this stat, Dale, but the Wizards are the #1 3-point defending team in the league.
That's right. That's something me and Adam touched on early on in the show. #1 3-point defense, and then #5 overall defense. And when you've got that 3-point defense on lock, that's going to help you win games by itself, because the league now is just such a 3-point league. It's really 3-point based due to those analytics. So having the perimeter on lock is just going to keep helping them win these games. They're 10-5 right now, and you don't expect that kind of run, over 15 game stretches for the rest of the season. But if you can go over 15 games, if you can go, win 7-8 of those over the rest of the season, you're going to end up in a good spot. Yeah. So we can just hope that things keep playing out that way. And that perimeter defense is the way to do it.
Mm-hmm. That, and also, I also think that you're going to hit a snap. You can't win all games. Like, this team is still gelling. I just feel that, like,
still getting healthy.
Yeah, they're still getting healthy, and Rui's still out, and that concerns me because
he's due to start practicing with the Go-Go this coming week, so he should be back soon. Good.
So what I heard was when he was in the Olympics, when Japan lost, it hit him really, really hard. And I can say it because you're playing for your country, it's your nation, and he feels like he let down his entire nation. He's only 22 years old. Like, he's very, very young. Like, I think he's 23, 24. And to shoulder that responsibility as a young man trying to get back up to speed. he needs to get healthy mentally first before he can come back and perform at a high level, just like he did in the Olympics back with the Wizards. So with him coming back, right? Let's say he comes back in the next week or couple of weeks. Who is he going to start, or is he going to come off the bench? Because now you have to worry about energy guy. I'm just going to call him energy guy because
Trez?
Yes, Trez.
Or KCP?
Trez.
Oh.
So because Trez is like almost like coming off the bench, had to give that boost. But now if Hachimura comes back, are you going to have more of a rotation with him starting in the 5, or coming back off the bench with like Danny? Because Danny's starting right now. So you take Danny out of the lineup?
With Rui, initially he's going to be coming off the bench because he has to get back up to speed. With Harold, his role is a 6th man. So I want him to, he's been starting because Gafford is hurt. But I want Trez back in his role. He's more comfortable there. He brings that energy with the 2nd unit. I think that's important. As far as Rui, as the season goes on, and I looked into why he was out. It just says personal reasons. So I don't know if it's still a hangover from the Olympics. I have no idea what's going on. As far as I can tell, it wasn't an injury. So I don't know what the full story is there. But so with it not being an injury, he should be able to get back on the court and back to the player, back to the level of player he was in a short time. Once he comes back, I think he slides into the 4th spot, which leaves Casey. I think KCP started the other night. Yes. I don't know if I want him starting, but at least he can shoot.
Yeah,
If you got him, Dinwiddie, and Beal,
because Gafford, the thing is, he just has to control his fouls. Like if he controls his fouls, then he's a double machine if he can control it. But he also needs to know how to strategically block shots, and not like throw it out of bounds. Like back in the good old days when Hakeem used to block shots, he used to block it all the way through into the stands until he started, okay, maybe I can block a shot and still keep the rebound for myself and then pass it out. It's like an outlet pass. If he can get to that stage in his career, right, in his young, and he's still young. I mean, he's still like in his early 20s. So he's going to learn that.
Who's that, Gafford?
Gafford, yeah.
I think he's mid-ish 20s. I'm not.
Mid-ish 20s. But he's actually playing more and more now than he did in Chicago. So, so I just feel like if he can like get that to his repertoire in his game, I think he can be unstoppable. If he can control the fouls and strategically know how to block to get that rebound from the blocks and do like an outlet pass or just control it, I think he'll be like the unstoppable center in the NBA, because I don't think any other center besides Joker can probably go up with him toe to toe, because he's physical. I mean, against he kind of got taken to the house when they played against Miami and against the thing, but it's going to happen. I mean, like it was a great center matchup, back and forth, but unfortunately the fouls kind of got to him, and he had to go out of the game. But if you see it strategically, I like what Wes Unseld Jr. is doing. He's even though people go out, you're still getting productivity from the 3rd and 4th line. Like you're still getting productivity from them as well, the 3rd and 4th lineups, and you're still getting like people who want to come in and actually want to produce. They said that the draft pick that they got, I think the guy's name is Ward or something, I don't remember. They say people are saying that like he is kind of the steal of the draft for the Wizards. So if he can improve his game, he can be another deadly aspect for us. But I want to say this on the Wizards. They should have never let go Steve Buckhantz and Phil Chenier. I can't stand. I mean, I understand. Like the commentators now. I mean, I have nothing against them. They're good. They're good guys. I think it's just that I just feel that the flow of the rapport is not there. So it's really
definitely not. And like you said, nothing against the guys. I actually like Drew Gooden a lot. They came out when he was playing. They played out here in Denver. I hung out with this dude in the club. We all had a table at the club. He called us over to his table. He was like, "Hey, y'all, nicest guy ever. Like, really great dude." I love him as a person, but I honestly don't watch Wizards games like I used to, and I feel like it's because that broadcast is not the same. I had a soft spot in my heart for Phil Chenier. Like every time I heard that dude talk, it's just like felt like a family member broadcasting. Like I love Phil Chenier and Buck. I mean, I remember when he was back on Fox, the newscast. and doing those. And so when he got the broadcasting job with the Wizards, like it was so familiar. Like their chemistry was excellent. It just flowed. Like it was easy to watch it. It felt like I was, engulfed and encompassed within the atmosphere of the game. I don't have that feeling with these two guys, and it's nothing against them as people. It's just not there. Something is missing.
It's like how we do our podcast, right? Like we have this flow. If we didn't have this flow, I'm going to tell everybody, we wouldn't have done this podcast. You know what I'm saying? You just have to find the right flow, the right kind of temperament. And with this, sometimes what I want to do is I want to mute the TV and turn on the radio. And with Dave Gasler and who's the analysis guy? It's for the radio for the Wizards.
Consor, is he still doing it?
Yeah, Glenn Consor is there. Yeah. Glenn Consor and the other guy. Those two should go to the TV, and Drew Gooden and Kushner
Glenn
should go to the radio.
I like listening to Glenn Consor. He's funny at times and he knows his stuff. So I like listening to that dude.
Yeah, and I think they should. I think they should switch roles. I think the TV guys should go to the radio, and the radio guys should go to the TV. And that way, I think you'll get more viewership as well, in my opinion, because it's all about views.
I know we're not the only people that feel this way either. I know we're not, and I can't imagine their ratings are up.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Even though the team was good,
and now they're becoming good. Like you want a good broadcast for a good team, and the thing is, I like Kushner. I'm not saying nothing against him, but man, he needs to have a better catchphrase. Like he needs to inject some life into like when Buckhouse like dagger, you're like that's gonna be that's game. That's game. But it's your turn. I'm sorry. I went on a tangent because I had to bring that up because
I'm with you. Like I said, 100%. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, because with the Wizards actually now having, I don't think they have the best record anymore because they lost 2 games back to back. They have probably.
I think they're tied for first place. Let me confirm that.
Yeah.
I think they're tied with the Bulls.
They're tied with the Bulls. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
No, wow. Where have I been? So the Nets are in first place with 12-5. Heat 11-5. Bulls 11-5. Wizards 10-5.
Okay.
And the Wizards have the Heat tonight. So.
Are they playing them again? Back to back? Because they played them last time. Oh, okay.
They're at home tonight.
They're at home tonight. Okay.
You should go.
What time is? Man, it's our anniversary. So.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm going to go to the game with that. We have to go to a friend's house for.
Raina wished y'all happy anniversary a week early.
Yeah, I know. We do it kind of differently than most people. We have, because since our hectic schedules, and we try to kind of snip in, we'll try to spread it out the events. That's why I went to the Caps game. She surprised me with the Caps game. I surprised her with this. So yesterday we went out to dinner. Shout out to Season 52 up in Tyson's. Always good food, always great service. 100%. We've gone there so many times. Food is always par. Never lets you down. That's just I like that.
Hey, somebody from Season 52 hit us up with some gift cards or something. We just gave you a shout out, so return the favor.
Yeah, yeah, we will hopefully think. But to get back to Adam's kind of analysis and thing, I am very surprised his knowledge of everything. Like he can teach a master class on a lot of things coming from the video aspect of it to us, and I learned a lot just by him. Like he just rolled off stats off his head. That's not easy to do. I'm a stat guy, but I can't remember stuff like that off my head if I don't read it beforehand. It's very difficult. And that game was a week ago. So to memorize that and say he only got 2.9 yards, I'm like, damn, 2.9 yards. I said average was 5. I was like, okay, that's and he brought back. So we, as our infancy in our podcast, we're learning a lot just from that guest to be like, hey, we have the content. We just need to bring everything together, which we have. So as I always said, and I know I'm sounding like a broken record, please subscribe at the bottom right-hand corner. Click that little icon and subscribe and like and comment on all the videos that we do. Positive criticism, negative criticism. Just please let us know what you like, what you dislike, so we can help you guys as our viewer audience to make the show better for you. Because at the end of the day, we're doing it for you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the show. Whether we have following or not. We're just going to be doing it because we enjoy it. So we're going to be doing it for you, but we would appreciate the support. That'll give us, we're going to keep going, like I said, but it'll give us the drive to keep going if we see that we're reaching an audience where, and if y'all reach out and want to join in on the podcast, if you want to be a guest on the show, reach out. We'll talk to you.
Just give us a call.
Please. We'll give you the Zoom login. You can get on with us. We'll shoot the stuff, as people say. I don't curse, but you know what I mean. So yeah,
shoot the dice. We can do whatever.
Shoot the dice. Yeah. So yeah,
that can be our catchphrase. Shoot the dice. Copyright patented right now. Can't say anything about it.
Yeah, one thing. Me and Adam were getting into. If you can pull up the Wizards' upcoming schedule, we were getting into this the West Coast road swings that are coming up, and I want to get your thoughts on how you think they're going to fare with their West Coast road opponents. They've got so coming up like the first leg of the West Coast swing. They've got the Pelicans, which with Zion being out, that should be a win. But with Ingram, he's a freaking baller, and then outside of him, they're pretty much a G League team, but he can always by himself keep you in games. So, but I'm chalking that out. I think that should be a win. What are your thoughts on what they've got coming up with the West Coast games?
So the West Coast games. So they're going to the West. So
Western Conference game, not West Coast, but Western Conference.
Yeah. So the Heat. Tonight's Heat game, I would say, I think they're going to win. The previous game, I just felt that they were in it until the very end, and then
Dinwiddie didn't play.
Yeah, they had a lot of people that were injured or not playing because Dinwiddie's coming off an ACL, so
so he doesn't play back to backs.
Right. The Heat, the Hornets, I would say they have to win against the Hornets, man. For some reason, I like
Hornets are good though, but
they are. I think they'll do better than they did beforehand because they were in Charlotte, and Charlotte, I'm going to say this, and it may come off the wrong way, but I'm not saying it's going to. It sounds a lot meaner than it is. I think the Hornets think that they're like the God's gift to basketball, the way they detaunt. And I'm not saying that it's something bad or anything. It's just that you're up here. You just need to come back down a little bit. I'm not saying talking don't happen, but they're doing a little bit too much for my liking because the Wizards are a sleeping giant. You do not want to wake that team up, and they woke them up that last game. They were pretty angry on how they played. And on the 22nd, watch out for a blowout. The Wizards may blow them out.
The good thing about that game coming up is it won't be coming up a back-to-back, so they should have their full healthy roster out there as far as Dinwiddie and Beal playing. So I'm definitely I think they can get that one. They should.
I'll chalk that up to a W. The Pelicans, I'll chalk that up to a W because they only have with Zion and his unfortunately he's not in shape. And with they do have a couple of players that I do like to see, but they don't have that firepower anymore. They traded away everybody. So at the end of the day, who do they have? They don't have somebody that can kind of pick up the slack. I'll chalk up to a win. The Thunder should be a win. They don't.
Talk about G League team. I couldn't name one player on that roster, to be honest.
Nope, me neither. I don't even know who the coach is. I have no idea who the coach is.
No clue. No clue. I feel that should be talking about sports. I should know that stuff, but it's the Thunder. I don't even feel bad about that.
I feel because there was one. I was seeing, this is relevant. So I was seeing an Instagram post, a short reel, and they were showing who the players were beforehand. And they're like, oh, you had Durant, Westbrook, Harden, Collison, this, and now
Steven Adams, Paul George.
You had a team that could have won at least one championship in the year of those three. But with Scotty, now I kind of remember with Scotty Brooks playing, coaching, it kind of shows that he's not a very good coach at all.
No. And I can't remember if it was an anonymous source or if the person actually put their name out there, but somebody called him out and said he doesn't game plan. And then they said he only spent the last 5 minutes of practice going over defense. So when you don't game plan and you only do that, touching the defense that much, what do you expect as a result on the court? talent can only get you so far, but you have to have some kind of hand in the coaching and the scheme. And like Unseld, you can tell they have a scheme on both ends of the court. They have an identity. And they didn't have that before. And we do only have about 7 minutes left in the broadcast, so we can kind of run down some NFL games if you want to get into the schedule there. And even touch on the caps or anything else we've got left. And I'll give us a 2-minute warning so we know we need to wrap up.
I'll go through like 3 more games for the West Coast Conference, the Western Conference. So I'll say win against the Pelicans, win against the Thunder. They'll lose to the Mavericks. The Mavericks are a little bit like it'll be a competitive game, but with who's the point guard? Why am I forgetting his name?
Doncic.
Doncic, yeah. He will. He may take that game over. I'll put that as a loss. The Spurs, I'm going to say win because I like Greg Popovich, but at the same time, I don't like Greg Popovich. It's here nor there. I don't want to talk about it now.
I know why you don't like him.
It's because of his hair. Timberwolves, they should win against the Timberwolves.
Hey,
they'll beat the Cavaliers.
Surprisingly enough, and the Timberwolves they have a lot of young talent.
They do. They're the youngest team aren't they the youngest team?
Probably. That could be a tough game though. With Cat and Anthony Edwards. But they should win. They should win.
Still on their team?
That'd be a tough game. Who?
Carl Anthony Towns, is he still?
Yeah. Cat, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
and then D'Angelo Russell too.
Yeah. I'll put that as a win. I'm not going to change my.
They should win. They should
win.
And then the next game against the Cavs. Hey, the Cavs, don't sleep on the Cavs.
Yeah, I kind of missed. I kind of took a step back when I saw how they played, and I was like, man, they're pretty decent. So I'll say that may be a loss. I'll put that as a loss because I mean it's a back-to-back almost. I mean it's a day's rest or 2 days rest, I would say, but still, that Timberwolves game may go into overtime. So depending on how that game turns out, if they ended in regulation, they'll win against the Cavaliers. But if they go into OT, they'll lose.
I want to jump ahead a few games to the December 13th game against the Nuggets out here. That's the day before my birthday. I'll probably buy tickets for that game today. I definitely plan to go to that one because I don't have to work the next day for one thing. And then, I mean, it's my team coming to town, so I'll definitely go check that one out. I'll probably post some TikTok videos or something for y'all to check out the experience of getting the Ball Arena. People who don't live out here in Colorado, I know some of our listeners might, but you know, we're a bi-coastal podcast here, so I think that's definitely going to be a tough one. What do you think about that one?
I'm going to say a loss, man. You have to travel to Denver, and at the same time playing in the high elevated thing, it's going to take a toll on them. And if you look at it, they're playing in Utah on the 11th, so going to Utah to Denver is not that bad of a flight. But it is going to be a hard. It's going to be a hard stop. It's going to be a very difficult kind of thing. But I'll jump ahead to the Suns. The game that's going to be kind of. I think.
So I'm going to go ahead and Risha's computer restarted. Don't hold that against us. We had some technical difficulties this show. But I'm going to get and wrap it up. It was a great show in my opinion. We had a great guest. Outstanding guest. It was a great time overall. I'm looking forward to getting back in touch with y'all. We might do a show here maybe today, but if not, sometime during the week before our regular Saturday show. I'll get the schedule posted on Twitter. Again, thanks everybody for joining us. We really appreciate the support. And we're looking forward to the next show. Thanks, guys. Talking Hats out.